Hey guys, Josh from soccerreviewsforyou.com, bringing you an unboxing plus on-feet video of the Air Jordan 28 SE. So as you can see, it comes in your standard black and white Jordan box. I'll give you a quick look at the label. You can see it's officially called the Air Jordan 28 SE. The pair I have here is a size 9.5 US. The colorway is black, white, what I believe is lagoon green, and then fortress green. I'm not 100% sure on those. And then the retail sticker is actually ripped off. These guys go for $150 US, which is not bad considering that the regular Jordan 28 went for $250. And basically what the SE model is that exact same shoe minus the shroud, which to a lot of people is the main reason why they didn't like the Jordan 28. And it is kind of a little bit strange that just because they removed the shroud, they've dropped the price by $100. But Jordan brand or Nike will do what they want to do, and for the most part their shoes are going to continue to sell. I've been looking forward to the 28 SE for a little while now, especially in this camo color. As you guys know, I have quite a few camo colored shoes. I really like that pattern, and especially in this kind of classic green camo, really does look cool with the carbon fiber heel counter, the carbon fiber on the sole plate, and even the outsole, as you guys can see, has that same green camo on it, which I thought was a nice little touch. And what's also cool about the outsoles is that the camo pattern is actually random. It's completely different on both shoes, and it's probably unique to every single pair just because of how they do it. And they probably just melt the rubber, and however it lands is the way that they put it in the mold, and that's what makes up each individual outsole, which I thought was kind of a cool little touch. Whereas the camo pattern on the actual shoe itself is not random. As you guys can see, it's exactly the same on both shoes, just mirrored. Now as far as the shoe itself goes, like I said, you have the 28 without the shroud. So without the shroud, you can see the underlay. It is a little bit different in that you do have this kind of very thin material. It's not super different, but it is a little bit different just because they had to make up some extra areas to kind of fill in the gaps where the shroud would normally cover. So you have this kind of fused on open mesh, very, very thin and flexible material, almost similar to what you're going to find on the Jordan Superfly 2. Then you have these kind of very thin, almost like a material kind of stuff. I don't even know what you would call it. It's like slightly rubberized, and it kind of just fills in all of these gaps so your foot is not left completely exposed. And that goes on both the outside and the inside of the shoe. You can see that it fills in these flex grooves, if you will. Now on the tongue, you can see that it is pretty much just an internal mesh booty, and it does have a very tight fit about it, very snug fit. And then of course you do have your tongue here with the kind of army green Jumpman logo, and it has this kind of swirl pattern going around the tongue, which I thought was pretty cool. Has a nice amount of padding to it. There is a little bit of an ankle kind of extra bit of padding here inside the boot itself with your black and green pull tab on the back, and it does have those same kind of bumps out for in the heel for the Achilles, kind of very padded material. It keeps everything locked in place. And then of course you do have your visible Jordan heel counter here. It's part of the flight plate. It kind of reminds me very much of the Nike Mercurial Vapor 4 SL, for those of you guys that know a little bit about soccer shoes. Has that same kind of shape about it with the exposed carbon fiber. You hold it upside down, it kind of looks like a grasshopper eyes, if you will. Then of course you do have your white Jumpman logo right there. There is a little bit of fuse going around the toe box, as you guys can see, just to keep everything nice and reinforced, prevent any kind of breakage between the sole plate and the upper. And then of course you do have that exposed flight plate carbon fiber here on the bottom, flight plate branding right there in white, your green Jumpman logo, and then a little bit of exposed carbon fiber here on the outside of the heel. Now as far as the outsole itself goes, it's the exact same traction pattern. You have your unlocked zoom here in the forefoot, which is essentially the cushioning system that makes this such a unique shoe. Even if you don't play basketball, this is something that I would personally recommend trying on if you do have that option to, just because it has such a unique feel about it. It's very, very comfortable. And the idea here is that your foot sits directly on the zoom unit. There's nothing in between your foot and that unit, and then there's nothing in between the unit and the floor other than this thin rubber for the traction pattern itself, making for a very responsive yet cushioned yet very low to the ground feel. It's kind of unique and just feels very, very cool in my opinion. It's also very comfortable. But that's pretty much it as far as all the technical specifications go, and just a close-up look in general on the shoe itself. And move on next to a quick on feet so you can get a better idea as to how these shoes look. Alright, here's a look at the 28 SE's on feet with a pair of shorts. Obviously, they do have quite a unique look about them, especially with this camo print on top. They will be releasing more colorways, I believe, that won't have the camo print. So if it is a little too over the top for you, like I said, simple colorways are coming soon, as far as I know anyways. But for the most part, I really like how this shoe looks. And definitely something you can get away with wearing with a pair of shorts anyways. Obviously, they are a pair of basketball shoes. In terms of how you lace them up, I think that they only look good if you tie them up properly. Otherwise, to me, they look a little bit weird. But in terms of comfort and sizing, they are extremely comfortable, and they do fit true to size. I'm wearing my usual size 9.5 US, and the fit is pretty much perfect. So if you are looking to order a pair, definitely stay true to size, unless you have fairly wide feet, in which case I would probably recommend going a half size up. So that's pretty much it as far as what they look like on feet with a pair of shorts. We'll move on next to what they look like on feet with a pair of pants. Alright, here's a look at the 28 SEs on feet with a pair of pants. I think for the most part, most people who are going to be buying these things are not buying them for casual wear, but because they are available in some pretty unique upper patterns like this green camo, it definitely is wearable from time to time as a casual shoe. Of course, they are very comfortable as well, which is kind of a nice little add-in. At the end of the day, you got to wear what you like. Personally, I like how these look with a pair of pants, but again, to each their own. So that's pretty much it as far as what these shoes look like on feet, and move on next to my final thoughts. Alright guys, that's it for my review of the Jordan 28 SE. Really big fan of pretty much all three camo colorways that they came out with. But after everything was said and done, I had to go for the green camo colorway. And as far as I know, they are still available. I will have buy it now links on the review page on my website, which you can find linked down below in the description. On that same review page, you will also find the high quality images of this exact pair here to give you a better idea as to how it actually does look in person. If you guys do have any questions regarding this shoe or any suggestions for shoes you'd like to see me bring in, feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you enjoyed today's video, as always, be sure to support it with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for more videos. All of my social media information can be found down below in the description. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. And as always, thanks for watching.